Here on the Dave's Gone By Broadway special, well, we've got a familiar face in the neighborhood because you've seen her do so many of our trivia quizzes as well as be on numerous Total Theater Tony shows. And she's back with us again. She is the co producer and co star of the long running theater review show Two on the Aisle. She's there with Charlie Gross, who's also on this program. And you can watch the episodes on YouTube and also Manhattan Neighborhood Network. But right now, Leslie Hoban Blake is with us in the neighborhood to talk about a category that's really, really dear to her heart, which is direction of a musical. And particularly this year, she's very excited about that. Why, Les?
Well, I'm very excited about it because they're some of the most fabulous musicals I've seen in years, all in one year. It's like a gift from God at this point. I mean, truly magnificent musicals. Whether it's because of the staging or because of the dancing or because of the sets, but there's something that's really been fantastic this year. And even the ones who are not nominated, they have much to offer. But getting to the ones that are, the other thing that I'm very, very, very excited about is that 4 out of 5 of the directors this year are women. And when I joined stage directors and choreographers many, many moons ago, we were hoping for 50-50 in 2020. That was our little slogan. And it didn't happen in 2020. But now in 2024, it superseded that. 4 out of 5. I don't know what that's not 2020. I don't know what that is. That's not 50-50.
It's like 80-20 or something like that.
80-20. Yes, I like that. That is exactly 80-20. You're exactly right. Okay. Math was never my subject. Uh, so as having said that, the most one of the most popular musicals is Merrily We Roll Along. It's the little engine that could, the little musical that could. It came up from off Broadway. It came up with not a real bunch of stars, although Daniel Radcliffe comes with quite a following, and Jonathan Groff comes with quite a following, and Lindsay Mendez we've seen before, and perhaps has her own following, but it's not star power, so to speak, in the way that some of the other shows are, and yet it's just a favorite, I think, in many ways. So if David can slay, if David can slay, if David can slay Goliath this year, it will be Merrily We Roll Along, and it will be because of Maria Friedman and her choreographer, I guess, Tim Jackson. I don't know that duo really. You know who Maria Friedman is, and all I can say about that is that I liked several other shows better. This may be the best. This may be the touchstone, the missing holy grail that we've been looking for in terms of Merrily We Roll Along, the problem play by Stephen Sondheim. And I did like it very much in that respect. But I like some of these other musicals better, and I have a favorite, and I'll tell you what that is. Okay, moving along. Hell's Kitchen, directed by Michael Greif, whom we adore, and who, of course, did Rent, as we reminded you before, and his choreographer, Camille A. Brown. I have to put them together because without Camille A. Brown, there would be no show. No matter what Michael Greif did without the dancing, it was contemporary and hot and exciting and just colorful and made the musical what it was. Someone said that it's a love song to New York, and it is. It really, really is. I mean, I live a block away from Manhattan Plaza, and the play takes place in Manhattan Plaza. I live in Elsington. But Camille A. Brown, who has been doing phenomenal choreography, she came to my attention in. You want to say something, don't you?
No.
Oh, I thought you wanted to say something. Sorry. Who came to my attention in For Colored Girls Who Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Ain't Enough. I think that's the right title. Anyway, this last production was hers, and the choreography, quiet and lovely and beautiful. And here it's all over the stage. It's loud and it's noisy. And I brought a 17-year-old, and she cried during this production. Well, the mother-daughter scene cried. The musical form has something for everyone. It really does. And then at the end, it has an anthem to New York. What could be better? How could you not like that show? Okay, I'm going to give my favorite at the end. But
Sure.
Suffs, which I saw off Broadway. At the Public Theater in quite a different version, with quite a different set, which was a very talky, polemical show because it's about the 14th Amendment and the right to vote and for women, and not exactly what to do. Let's make a musical, but that's what they did, and they who did that, of course, is the director on the show is Lee Silverman. And the choreographer is Maite Natalia. I'm sorry, this is a new name to me, Maite Natalia. But Lee Silverman is not a new name. Lee Silverman's been around. And Lee Silverman has been nominated before, and I think she's also directed on Broadway before. I don't think this is her first one. But that being said, the changes that were made to the show from off Broadway to Broadway, phenomenal. It is they put in a rousing "Let's Give Mother the Vote" song. They put in gorgeous settings in the background. They put in just stuff. I mean, costumes and choreography and setting. And so they've made this into a really exciting show. So that even if you know, I mean, you can't imagine a show about the 14th Amendment being exciting.
No, but that is something that they've made such a difference between just transferring off Broadway to Broadway. They blew it up, but without destroying it. They made it better,
But you see, that's the point of moving a show, I think, is because you think there's an audience and you want to make it for the audience that you're bringing it to. And sometimes they take a show from off Broadway and they think, we'll just make it a little, we'll just extend it to the side. And that doesn't always work. Sometimes it does, but it doesn't always work. This show gained so much from the time and the expansion, very, very much. And the choreography on the show was really special because there wasn't much to look at before. The choreography was very special. And when a choreographer and a director work together, and I think I've said this, I'm not sure if I said it now or not, but they have to think with one mind about the show. They almost have to be one person. So if one of them isn't there, the other one can do something. They know what they want together. And that's all pre-decided. Some stuff happens when you're working, but it just has to be such a focused vision. So that it's really hard to talk about the director without the choreographer on some shows. That's why I said on Merrily We Roll Along, I don't think it matters that much. But
we're almost 60 or 70 years ago, or 80 years, a director would direct the spoken scenes, and then the choreographer would bring on a big dance and the Martha Graham, Bob Fosse. Exactly. Now everything is choreographed every second, essentially. So
well, it is. But that would have been called stage management once upon a time. That would be moving the play rather than dancing the play. But the thing is, it's a natural evolution. If you think about it, it's really a natural evolution. If you come at it from two different sides, you're in contention as opposed to being focused. Even if you don't mean to be, even if you mean to be on the same page, there's always going to be something about, well, this is what my, and then you're gone. The minute you say mine, it's our vision. Anyway, I think it's wonderful. Okay, the next and last, it is the next and last, right?
Well, you haven't said your favorite yet. So
no, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I left my favorite. We
also need Water for Elephants. Is that
that's my favorite?
Oh, so
that's why I left it. I left my best. I left my favorite for last. And Water for Elephants moved me in a way.
But you haven't done the Outsiders yet.
Oh, well, I asked you about that. Okay. I said, did I forget anything? Okay. The Outsiders. Yes, very interesting. I hated the Outsiders.
Oh.
I hated it. I thought it was filled with toxic masculinity, even though it was directed by a woman. I never read the book. It was written by a little girl. I think she was 15 when she wrote it. I don't think there's any real. I think it's like Born to Be Wild on stage. It's just. I know you're disagreeing with me, and
well, I haven't seen it. I don't know. I'm just saying. Yeah.
It's so predictable. It's the cool kids, from Connecticut. They're not Connecticut. They all got the little skirts around the shoulders and the white shoes, and the kids who have the grease in their hair. They're the greasers. And I mean, please, I don't want to see that. And then the fight scenes, which are nothing but highlighted violence. I mean, I was very disturbed. I was disturbed by the show.
So wait, if you were disturbed, is that good direction?
That's not what she was trying to do, I don't think. And by the way, the choreographer were two brothers, the Cooperman brothers, Jeff and Zach, I think. I can't read his name. Anyway, the Cooperman brothers. I don't know who they are. It was in a tableau almost. The lights would suddenly not be there, and then the lights would come up, and there'd be a fight scene like this, with somebody gouging somebody else's eye out, that kind of thing. And then the lights would go down, that kind of stop motion thing. Fun. It was exciting to look at, but it turned my stomach. So I'm in the vocal minority against that show. I really didn't like it for those reasons.
But you loved Water for Elephants, so
now we come to my favorite show. Okay, which I was trying to talk about before. Sorry, that's my fault. I love Water for Elephants. I love Water for Elephants. It made me happy. I left the theater feeling good. It made the audience around me, well, not even you, when I was a girl,
I was not
the
sure.
Ed Sullivan Show. No, we're not the same in the same generation. When I was a girl, the Ed Sullivan Show, every week brought us circus acts. There'd be tumblers, there'd be this, there'd be something else. Nobody today, the younger people today, do not know this. And you have only watched Ed Sullivan in rerun. You don't know about. Okay, so there's no place to really see a circus unless you go to the circus. And if you go to the circus, there are no more wild animals because it's cruel. So, you get to see a horse every now and then. So the fact that with puppetry, they were able to bring, they being Janya Tamor, who's a cousin, I believe, of the other Tamor who used puppetry, if you remember, in The Lion King.
Julie Taymor's niece, FYI.
Yeah. Her niece. Okay, thank you. Anyway, I think it runs in the blood. I think puppetry must run in the blood. I don't know. It's a DNA, the new DNA strain. And the choreographers were two people. One was a circus advisor. Her name is, I have to read this, Shauna Carroll. And then the actual choreographer, Jesse Robb. And so they had to work as one. She had to be able to do the circus choreography in connection with the dancing. You couldn't separate all of that. And the circus stuff had to be done in connection with the direction. You could not separate anything that was being done on that stage. You couldn't take them in another room and do it. If everything didn't fit together as you were working, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. So the fitting together of that, and every time there was a circus act, even the dumbest one, even the girl climbing up on top of three guys and standing there, even that got a round of applause from the audience. Everybody felt it. Everybody felt when I saw it. I don't know about now, but I can. The songs, some of them were quite cute. They were toe tapping. I have, particularly that one about the lion has no teeth. I have been humming that to myself. So I'm going to go back and listen. I got, they sent us discs, and I'm going to try to find a friggin' disc player so I can play the music again. And
I know, right? Nobody has CD players anymore.
I know. My old computer is not working, so I have nothing to play them on. But anyway, I just have to say, I hope I've named everybody.
Yeah,
I have.
You're good,
and I don't know that Water for Elephants will win. I probably, the two real contenders probably are Hell's Kitchen and Merrily We Roll Along. And Merrily We Roll Along is the old play, the old friend. And Hell's Kitchen is the new friend. By the way, Alicia Keys' music never sounded better. So it's going to be, I don't know what the makeup of the Tonys is, but I have a feeling that it may very well be an age thing. I don't know. I mean, there are those of us, well, think about it. If there's a younger couple of generations in the Tonys, and I know they were trying to do that, then they may really go for the newer play, which is contemporary and has that gift. Both of them make you feel good. I mean, when I heard the overture in Merrily We Roll Along, my heart swelled. It's something you don't hear an overture anymore. And
yeah,
I sing these songs I sing all the time. It was his answer to songs aren't hummable. His songs aren't hummable, and they so are. Anyway, I hope I've done what you asked me to do.
Yes, we are humming the praises of Leslie Hoban Blake, who has been co-hosting Two on the Aisle, the theater review show that you guys can watch. What is the YouTube channel that it's on?
It's Charles Gross's YouTube channel, but if you look for Two on the Aisle and put in either my name or Charles Gross's name, you will find it.
Two on the Aisle with Charlie and, of course, our beloved Leslie Hoban Blake. Thank you, Leslie, and happy Tony season to you. Thanks.
Yes, I'm very excited for Sunday. Say hi to Joyce for me. Love her.
Love you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.